Kumar, Aniket, if I can just come to you at this point again. At the heart of this is, of course, the fact that there seems to have been a conversion racket. And that's what you have seemed to have implied in a way earlier when you were making the remark that you were making.
Yeah.
Religion for a very long time was a very personal standing. For many, even now, it may be personal. For many, they wear it on their sleeve. How in workplaces would you differentiate between people sharing their religion vis-a-vis attempts at what many may would call conversion?
Conversions are something which have become a problem in last 10-15 years. People think, particularly, there is a term among Muslims which is called munafiqs. Munafiqs are those who are supposed to be Muslims but who don't actually are Muslims. So they try to, they think that doing namaz 5 times a day is their religion, where actually religion makes exceptions for it. They think that trying to convert and converting one person is way more important than anything else. You think about the consequences, all this conversion racket, what will a corporate do going forward? They will try to minimize hiring of Muslims because they will afraid about such kind of conversion thing happening again and disrupting their work. For them, the disruption of their work is much more important than this religion thing. So, actually, what will happen that there will be reaction to it. Initial approach to corporate is that right now, let people forget about it. After that, they try to, how such things should not happen again. How is that you minimize hiring, you do background checks, you check, things. So what is happening, there are consequences going to happen.
Okay, let me just get in Dr. Kiranpreet Kaur. What Kumar Aniket is saying, I don't want to put it under the carpet. However, some of us may not agree. Maybe this is also a slice of reality. However, unfair. It is unfair to target anybody on the basis of religion. It is unfair to see a professional who comes with merit, ethics, and a certain certain amount of experience or no experience, depending upon what position that person is applying for, to look at that person from the prism of religion is possibly the saddest thing that one can really do. But Dr. Kiranpreet Kaur, let me ask you this question. As somebody who's been part of the HR, how would you combat possibly people who would be speaking like what Mr. Kumar Aniket has red flagged at this point? How would you combat this as a HR professional?
Well, from an HR perspective, the core issue is not about any religion. So we would not want to highlight any religion.
I think that's very important to put it out. Very important.
Because it is about workplace dignity and freedom of belief. Every employee has the right to practice their faith without being under any pressure, questioning or ridiculing them. So if employees are being repeatedly questioned about their faith or made uncomfortable through remarks that, oh, because you're a Muslim, oh, there is a chance of you getting into the company and converting people, that contribute to a hostile work environment, just like gender-based harassment. So I think it is important that we do not communalize a workplace issue. If wrongdoing is proven, I think it is an individual and organizational failure, not something that should be generalized to any particular community. And organizations must ensure that not just gender safety, but also inclusion and non-discrimination across religion, caste, and identity that requires clear, strict accountability and training. Workplaces cannot become spaces where their identity becomes, whether through gender or religion, to intimidate. Professional environments must remain neutral, respectful, and safe for everyone.
I think, Dr. Kiranpreet, India is kind of moving away from that because inclusivity isn't really about neutrality alone. You would want to give spaces for everyone to be represented, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you would be neutral, because people really wear their identity in today's India on their sleeve. Very few would hold back their identity in terms of religion, in terms of caste, in terms of gender, and these just being some that I'm really mentioning. There's so much more deeper identities that Indians carry with them wherever they go. And I think workplaces are now moving to really understand and adjust with that. Possibly last 30 seconds to both of you to end your remarks with that.
Well, I suggest that as professionals, we must give freedom of thoughts and beliefs to every individual. If there is any harassment that has happened, it must rely on evidences and not assumptions. And every organization must ensure safe workplaces rather than amplifying divisions, because while inclusion is important, diversity is important, but we must ensure that every employee feels respected in the organization.
Kumar Aniket, do you have your last comments on this?
What I will like to say, what Dr. Kiran says is the ideal scenario. Trouble is India has, moved way ahead, away from it. And as you have rightly pointed out, people like to wear their religion, their affiliations on their sleeve right now.
Political affiliations as well.
Yes. And second thing is that if you are a corporate guy and you are afraid of then something like TCS like thing happening, what will be your reaction? You think about it. You can't find out which one is going to be honest employee, who is going to indulge in conversion, and who is going to do what. So a safer way is you hire a token percentage and then you keep them under strict watch. But not because you are religious, because you don't want such things to happen and disrupt your business. As I said, businesses, only thing is cash is God, money is religion, nothing else. So what matters is not disrupting my business, because I am TCS, my clients are sitting outside India. They are the least bothered about any disruption, what is happening in Nasik. They want their services to be delivered because they have paid for it.
Okay,
So,
I
what
think
is the solution?
I would just possibly, we're totally out of time, Kumar Aniket. I can't really take away from what you are saying, because if that really does happen, and if that's how corporates would respond to a crisis like this, if at all, if it is also proved under the law. Remember, this is also being probed, and TCS has said that they never got a complaint like this. That's part of probe as well. But if at all corporates are to move in a way that you are suggesting, that possibly would be a downfall for India. Because India is a country that believes in being a secular, democratic, socialist, secular, democratic country. And equal representation, inclusion for every citizen is a fundamental right, is a right to life, and is also identity of India and not just Indians. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining me. Thank you very much, Dr. Kiranpreet Kaur. Thank you very much, Kumar Aniket. Thank you so much.